might be some people in.
Hi, everybody. It's Heather Rebecca Wilson, and welcome to episode 6 of the Glamorous Global Entrepreneur. Woo! Today's guest is one of my favorite people in the world, the amazing Lexi D'Angelo. And my friend, you are a soulful strategist and success alchemist, right? So you go-getter coaches to make massive impact and income in their businesses. So welcome, my friend.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This is so fun.
I know. I'm excited to see you. I'm going to see you this weekend. This is super fun.
I know. We were only with each other like a couple weeks ago. It seems like yesterday, so I'm glad that we get to see each other again soon.
I'm really glad. Thanks for being here. How are you?
I'm good. I actually just got a massage, so my hair might be a little bit greasy, but it was amazing. I'm feeling nice and relaxed right now.
Good. Perfect. I'm super relaxed too. Well, so we're going to talk about lots of different stuff today. And I thought we could just start with, hearing about your, personal journey and your transformational journey, right? Because you weren't always this badass woman entrepreneur.
No. Oh God. It's been,
tell us the story.
It's been such a journey. God, I don't even know where to start. If I started from the very beginning, we could be here all day, but, I basically was in a 9-to-5 job, as usual people do, after they graduate college and stuff like that. Or it took me a little while. I was a pub crawl person in Rome. So I walked people around, basically a drunken babysitter. So I did that for a little bit. I was a wakeboarding instructor at a summer camp. I did all these random things like right after I graduated college because I did not want to go into the real world. And so then I joined the 9-to-5 world, which was awful. And while I was in these jobs, I had sales job, marketing jobs, recruiting jobs. I always had something creative that I was doing on the side because these other things didn't light me up. So I was always looking to just like have, my side gig going on so I could really be fueled by that since I was so bored with everything in the 9-to-5. So I had anything from, I had an ice cream cake business. I had a greeting card business. I had a Stella Dog jewelry business. What other businesses did I have? I had a blog for a while. Like I was all over the place. And I just knew that there was something else out there for me. And I actually suffered from severe anxiety when I was in the 9-to-5 job. Yeah, it was terrible. I actually I couldn't actually get a job at some point because my anxiety was so bad that I was literally driving myself to the hospital every day.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't even think you know this.
No.
I don't think I know this. Yeah, so dishing the goods here. I think I was just so lost and confused, and I just it was literally debilitating anxiety around what my passion was, my purpose. There was other stuff in the mix, but I just remember not being able to sleep at night, and my boyfriend at the time was so concerned because I literally wouldn't sleep because I was just I'm meant for something bigger. I don't know why I'm in these other jobs. I'm just so not happy. And so then, fast forward, a couple months ago or a year ago when I was first starting all this stuff, I was so excited and I couldn't sleep because I was so excited. And he was like, it's so funny how things have changed so much. And now you can't sleep because you're so lit up and you're so passionate and you're so aligned with your mission. Whereas this was not the case just a few months ago. And so for people watching right now, I don't know where you guys are in your journey at the moment, but I totally understand what it's like to not feel like you found your thing or to feel like you're just going through the motions. And it sucks. I totally get that. But there is something out there for you. And I think that the more that you just become honest with yourself about what you truly desire, what you're so lit up about, and what legacy and impact you want to have in the world, the more, things will be attracted to you. So that's like the story from like way back. But I mean, a lot's happened even in the past year. I don't really know where you want me to go with this, but I could talk for days.
Well, I do want to talk about as much as we can, because I do think that you have a really interesting story and an interesting perspective on things. All right, well, let's see. Well, you've kind of like changed things in your business recently. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because that's kind of recent.
Yes. I know there's so many like little stories and pathways that have gotten me to where I am today. So yeah, only a few months ago, I want to say like around, June, July, August, I was just a business coach. And I was so excited about helping people leave the 9-to-5, finally create these businesses that they were so passionate about to, get their first paying clients, all that stuff. But I also really felt like there was something missing. And I also felt like there became a point, I'm a very competitive person, and I can let that fuel me a lot of the times, which can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. And it started to become a really bad thing. So I'm sure all of you are familiar with this, but really like looking outwards at other people, what their desires were, what success meant to them. And I was taking it on as my own. So if someone said that they wanted to make 6 figures, like, oh, I can do that. Like, I'm going to go do that. If someone said that they, whatever it was, like I was taking their desires and, making it my own just to prove to myself and everyone else that like, I can do it too. And that got really old really fast. And it just so happens that in August of 2015, that's when I hit 6 figures. And it was probably like one of the worst months in my business, in not my life. I think that's a little bit dramatic, but I was just really, really burnt out. I was so over it. And I realized it took me out of the game for months. It took me out of the game for, I don't think it was until December of 2015 that I finally felt like back in my power and really excited. So in this period of being burned out, I was kind of like, all right, clearly looking outwards is not helping. So I'm just going to tune everything out, and I'm going to finally just listen to myself, like dig back deep inside and feel into what lights me up. And so through all this, I realized that, money's great. I have a certain lifestyle I want to live. Like, I love the luxurious lifestyle. Don't get me wrong, but money is not everything. And I was making it everything. And this is when I got like, I don't know, I kind of just really dove really deep into spirituality, especially astrology. And it's funny because in all my times, like where I've been in a rut or like burnt out or breakdown or whatever, spirituality, especially astrology, has always been something that's kind of like been this recurring theme. So when I was dealing with my anxiety, I actually like have this on hand. I was hanging out at my dad's house like a couple weeks ago, and I found like this whole notebook. It's all these astrology notes, and this was from like 2.5 years ago, maybe. And I don't even remember like writing this stuff, but like basically it's been following me, and I kind of tuned it out because I'm like, oh, it's so woo woo. It's so out there. It's not real. And I finally just like said to myself, well, this is something that lights me up. This is something that I'm really interested in. So screw it. Who cares what other people think? I'm going to go after what really excites me. So dove into that world, kind of didn't come up for air until the end of November, December, and emerged as, the Soulful Strategist Success Alchemist, really taking, I do consider myself still to be first and foremost a business coach, but really being able to take the more soulful elements, bring them into my coaching, and just my life. Like my days just feel way more expansive now. They're so much more exciting. And I think like I turned away from the like, I'm going to help you make so much money in your business, to like, no, I'm going to help you toss out the cookie cutters. I'm going to help you claim your unique magic so you can stand out in the marketplace and just create this business that you're obsessed with, that is so aligned with your core truths and desires. Because when you're in that space and in that energy, that's when the money flows. So it's like a nice byproduct of being in your power. So long-winded spiel again, but that's kind of how things started to transition.
Awesome. I think that's so exciting. So I think you mentioned you're going to do more with astrology this year. Is that right? Did we talk about that 2 weeks ago? Can you share a little bit about what you're up to?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm also seeing in the comments, I want to say hi to Claire. Claire's one of my clients and she's here. She says she's in my group program and it's great to hear my story. Thank you. And E-Boy, Josh, says, what sign are you? So Sagittarius is my sun sign. My moon is in Aries and my rising sign is Virgo. Those are usually like the three most common ones that you talk about. But I am, yikes. I am actually studying to become a certified astrologer right now with Deborah Silverman, who's an incredible world-renowned astrologer. And I'm just so excited. It's like the best thing ever. It's so fun. I love it.
That is fantastic. Congratulations. I'm so glad that you're really pursuing this. You know what's weird is that like the chat is not visible on my screen. This is very bizarre. I can't see it. I know, that's just weird, but that's okay. Whatever, you can see it. So you'll like kind of help me co-host because I can't. Yeah, I can't see anything.
I can see it. No new comments right now.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, so you dove back into spirituality, specifically astrology, right? Because you felt like there was something missing from the way that you were doing business. That's awesome. You have like a spiritual practice of your own right now, like a daily practice. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, definitely. So I call it, you've probably heard it before, like a morning ritual. And it's something that I do pretty much every single morning, but it looks different every single morning. So I'm the kind of person that I get bored really easily. So if I have to do the same thing over and over and over again every day, like it'll drive me crazy and it'll just be like a chore. I think structure is great in some situations, but for me, I like to pick and choose. So what I usually do is I set aside an hour every morning. That's this spiritual ritual for myself. And what it can include, and most of the time it includes journaling, just really a free write, whatever's coming up for me. It can be about my personal life, it can be about business, like new ideas, whatever it is. Then I also do some type of meditation, whether it's a guided meditation or just some transcendental meditation, because I have been trained in that. And then I'm a huge visualizer. So I love visualizing things. And I think what's really powerful for me too is stating certain beliefs. It's not something that I do every single day, but I have like this huge list of these beliefs. And it's not just like, I'm rich, I'm spiritual, I'm great. Like, it's not like that. It goes really in depth. Yeah. It goes really in depth about like how I want to feel, like how, like, for instance, like if I'm talking about, I don't know, let's just say like building a team, because that was something that I was really focusing on in January. And I now have this fan-freaking-tastic team supporting me. But I would state these beliefs about my team, even though they didn't exist at the time. I was just like, like I am coming into contact with the most incredible people ever who are so excited to support me and become members on my team. Like they fully believe in my vision. Like they love like working in their zone of genius. Like everything clicks together so well. I've never felt more supportive and expansive. And so like I just really go into all like the emotions and the feelings, because I think that when you have those emotions, I think it just makes the visualization process so much more powerful. So that's something I usually do. And then like mixing it up with some things like pulling oracle cards. What else do I do? God, I feel like there's just so many different things that I do. Sometimes I do tapping. Sometimes I do, Let's see, what else do I do? Like I'm blanking right now. I don't know. Basically, I give myself reading like different wealth consciousness books, listening to different audios. Like it totally depends, and I let myself feel into what's going to be most supportive for me that day. So really, just like asking myself, 'cause I really believe that we have the answers. Like, what's going to be the most powerful way to set myself up for today, and then kind of just feel into it and go from there.
I love it. Well, so speaking of books, do you have like 3 books that you like give to your clients or that you find yourself recommending on a regular basis? Can you share those with us?
Yeah, totally. So one of my favorite books is Leveraging the Universe. I think that, I mean, I've read, Think and Grow Rich, Science of Getting Rich, and I think like everyone will say like those are great staples. I personally love Leveraging the Universe by Mike Dooley because I think it talks about wealth consciousness and law of attraction stuff in a really fun and quirky way, and it makes me laugh. He's kind of funny and out there. And I love the exercises that he has at the end of each chapter. I actually, in my desk, this is from literally last year. Where is it? I think I have it in here. Basically, it was just like doing one of his exercises. It's called like the triangle exercise. I think it's such a powerful exercise. I think I have it. Yeah. Yep. This is from last year, like I think February of last year, actually. So it's a great exercise. Basically, on one side, you say like everything. So you state like your big intention at the top. And honestly, I could have been way more specific. That's really big. So bad job on my part. So I said, create a thriving coaching business. And then I said, everything that I could do in my power to create a thriving coaching business and what I was going to ask the universe for support in. So for just like to give some examples, I said like, yeah, I don't know. This is so random. Sorry. For the moment. I said, get really clear on my target audience. And then again, like I was just a beginner, so I didn't know really what I was doing. I could have broken that down a little bit further about an action plan about how I was going to get clear on my target audience. Like, actually reaching out to 5 people every day, scheduling calls with them. Could have gone a little more detailed there. Then I said, create copy on my website that speaks to my target audience, create irresistible opt-ins to grow my list, continue to use Facebook ads to get opt-ins, engage with my Facebook community, And then I said, from the universe, I'm going to do all this stuff, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to ask you in return to play your part because we're co-creating here. And I said, connect me with incredible and inspirational people. Allow me to think creatively and abundantly and give me bright ideas. Provide inspiration and motivation when I most need it. Help resolve any inner conflict, negative thoughts, or limiting beliefs that I'm experiencing. Open my eyes to new possibilities and situations. Connect me with people who relate to me and need my support. So that's just an exercise from the book that I think is awesome to do at any stage in your business because to a certain extent, there's only so much we can do. And when we ask the universe for its support, God, whatever you believe in, I think that it can become so much more powerful when you're co-creating together.
Awesome. I love that. Any other books you want to share with us?
Like looking at my bookshelf, what other books do I have? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I thought the 4-Hour Work Week was kind of fun to just, I mean, not that I have a 4-hour work week, but I think that I'm always looking for like productivity hacks. So I thought that was really fun and interesting to read. And I know this is so cliche, but like the desire map, I love the desire map. I think it's so useful for getting really clear on not just like your goals, but how you want to feel. And so even if you have this goal of selling out your one-on-one coaching business, okay, like that's great, but how do you want to feel once you sell out your coaching business? And then how can you create that feeling on an everyday basis instead of when you just hit that goal? Because I really believe that it is all about the journey, not just the destination. So really being able to enjoy everyday life and not just looking forward to just those milestones is really important. So that's another one of my favorites for sure.
That's awesome. It's one of my favorites too. Well, so speaking of journeys, we met through Mastery, right? This is one of Gina DeVee's programs, right? So she's one of our mentors, and she talks a lot about how, yes, we can desire to make X amount of money in our businesses, but it's really about the journey and the person we become along the way. So can you speak to what that was like for you? Because I mean, I think what's so cool about your story is that like you are just like such an amazing businesswoman, and it was almost like you experienced overnight success in a way. And it seems to me like you've always been very entrepreneurial, but it's like, I don't know, it's like something clicked and you like hit the ground running. So like, what can you tell us about that experience for you?
Yeah, I definitely think I did achieve a lot of success very quickly, but I think first and foremost, I was so fierce about making this happen for me. So like I quit my 9-to-5 job before like I had really any clients. I joined this high-end mastery program. What?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to quit my job before.
I pieced out and I was just like, there is no other option. In my mind, like it was happening. Like I did not give myself another choice. Some people I think might be really overwhelmed by that and like feel a lot of pressure. I don't know why I didn't. I just was like so confident that it was going to happen until I was like so excited at first. I remember when I first joined Mastery, I was like on cloud 9. I was like, this is awesome. This is amazing. And then when we got to Australia, I remember sitting in the art of coaching with like an intimate group of women and just feeling like, what the hell? Like, why is everybody achieving success and I'm not? Meanwhile, like I've been doing this for like a couple months, not even. So I was just really impatient, but I was like, how is this possible for this woman next to me to like making 90K this month? Like what? And I remember just like kind of laughing and be like, I'll never get there. Like, that's just not for me. And Gina got so fierce with me and she was just like, what has you feel like this is not for you? And I was like, I don't know. Like, there's just no way I can go and do that. Like, I'd love to go make 5K next month, but that's not going to happen. And she's like, why not? I was like, I don't know. I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm new at this. I'm not really sure. I was just making all these excuses. And she was like, well, what's different about, the person sitting next to you? Is it because she's prettier than you? And I was like, I started laughing. Yeah, she's that. Years. Yeah. And I was like, no. And she was like, is it because she has blonde hair? And I was like, no. Like, and she's like, so then what is it? Like, what is it about her that's like better? And I was like, I don't know. She knows what to do. She's been doing this longer. Like, she gets it. And she was just like, look, Lexi, do you want to work with your millennials and your people or don't you? And I was like, yeah, of course I do. And she was like, well, how badly do you want it? And I was just like, I want it really badly. And she was just like, well, it doesn't really seem like you do right now. And guess what? Someone else is going to go out there and they're going to work with your clients. They're going to go live the life that you're dreaming of for yourself. Like, God's work is going to be done with or without you. So are you ready to claim it and do the work, or are you going to watch someone else do it instead? And I was just like, no, I want to do it. No. So that was like a big turning point for me. And I still didn't know like how I was going to make it happen, but it just like showed me that by surrounding myself like with these people, they were just showing me what was possible. Like all these incredible women achieving all these things. Like if they could do it, I could do it. And I started to like get that into my mind. Like there's nothing different about them than me. Like now's my time. Like I'm going to do it. And so I think for so many people, they just see other people with the success and they're like, it's meant for them, not me. So not true. So not true. Yeah. So that wasn't really answering your question. You were asking about like how I became in this journey. But I just remember that was like a moment that really stuck out that kind of changed everything for me and just made me realize that there's nothing special about us. Like, of course, we're unique and different, but there's nothing special about you, Heather, or me, or Gina, or someone else who's making in the industry and someone who's just starting. Like, you have everything you need to go out there and absolutely kill it. It's just like, how much are you going to believe in yourself? How good are you willing to let your life and your business get? And, you know, how fierce are you about making this happen? Are you going to do it all on your own and spin your wheels? Or are you actually going to invest in yourself and get the support that you need so you're working smarter, not harder, and actually getting that dream life way sooner than you even imagined? I think that's a huge part of it too.
Oh God, girl, you're such an inspiration and you're so funny. I think we have this.
I get so animated about this.
I love it. And I think I'm competitive too, so I like totally relate to what you were going through. And I love that Gina got in your face. So
yeah,
good.
It was awesome. I need that. I need someone to shake me up sometimes.
Oh my God. Well, so thank you for sharing all of that. So there's something very exciting is happening in your personal life right now. You just got engaged. Yeah, baby. Check it out.
Yeah.
So I know your fiance. I've met him. He's an awesome guy. I'm really happy for you. So can you talk a little bit about what it's like to be in a really happy, loving partnership with somebody and running a business? Like what are the perks? I mean, I think we know what the perks are, but what are the challenges, right? Because I do think that there are a lot of women out there who have this false notion that you can't have a successful business and be in a happy, committed relationship at the same time, right? It's like an either or. But I keep on running into, you know, women in our community who have both, right? So can you speak to that a little bit?
Hell yeah. I mean, this is actually never something I've spoken about really, and I love that you asked that. I think it's all about, as with anything, just taking a stand for the and really going after whatever it is that you desire, because you can totally have it. But first of all, I have to say that he's like way better of a person than I am. He's so kind, caring, supportive, like just, he is literally an amazing man. And I don't want to like sit here and gush about him, but he is just so, like, even from the start, he didn't understand what this coaching thing was, but he was like, you know what, if you're passionate about it, like go for it, sure. But I think along the way, one of like my biggest challenges has been that I am so obsessed with my business. Like I love it so much and I have so much fun inside of it. So knowing how to turn off has been a big thing for me, because like I would be sitting on the couch and we would be like drinking our wine, like watching a TV show, and like I'm sitting on my Facebook, like messaging people, like or liking things or whatever, so it's still working. And he's like, really? Like, come on. And I'm like, what? I'm just, oh, it's true. Sorry, you're here right now. Like, my bad. And so I think for me, it was just like, and I'm still working on this, just creating those boundaries. Right. And like saying, all right, well, like when he gets home from work and whatever, like I'm off. I mean, there's of course exceptions, but just like really being in the present moment with each other, I think is like a big thing that, again, I'm still working on, but it's definitely a challenge, because as a personal brand, like you don't really ever turn off to a certain extent, like because you're living and embodying your mission and your dream, which is so cool, but you need to, I think, have a life outside of your business. I think that's so important. And so he helps me with that. Like he like will remind me of things, like if I'm like ever kind of like stepping over that boundary, and he's just like, come on, like you've been on the computer for an hour since I've been home, like let's eat dinner, like let's hang out. I'm like, okay. So he's been really great about that. And I think it's just like, for both of us, it's just really wanting to see the other person happy. And when we're happy, we make each other happy. And it's that simple. Like, especially with the more woo-woo astrology stuff, this is so new to him. Like he is not in that realm at all. And so I didn't want to talk to him about it for a while, because I thought like he'd be weirded out and that he just wouldn't get it. And he really like made such an effort to just ask me questions and like ask me to explain things. And he's like, I want to be a part of this world. Like, I don't get it, but like, I want to understand. And that was so sweet to me. And the fact that he just cared enough to want to be a part of like all of it meant so much to me. So just like including each other in all elements of our lives. He doesn't have to be working in my business, but we're supporting each other in everything that the other one is doing. And I think that's really powerful.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. And any wedding plans that you can share with us? Any little teasers?
Yeah, we're actually meeting with our wedding planner tonight, which will be exciting. But our wedding, it's not until September, or actually we don't even have a date, but not until September-ish of 2017, because again, like I'm growing this business, and I also have a tendency, if there's a lot happening, to get overwhelmed, and I don't want to put myself in that position. I want to be present and enjoy the entire process. And I mean, there's no rush in my mind. So not for a little bit.
All right. Well, cool. That's so exciting. All right. Well, so another question I had for you is, who are your like people that you look up to, right? Like your role models, your icons. Like obviously Gina is, one of them. She's one of our mentors. But who else do you look up to and inspire you?
Oh, well, that's a great question. I feel like, who doesn't inspire me? I feel like there's just people on even like so many levels who inspire me too. Like as great as, like Gina or Daniel Laporte, and those people are, and like how much they inspire me. Like my clients inspire me. Like there's just so much inspiration all around me. But I think like two of the biggest people who are inspiring me right now, I mean, I have to say, are Gina and my astrology mentor right now, Deborah Silverman, and they're both so different, and that's why like I love working with both of them. Gina just inspires me because she is so unapologetic about her desires and her dreams. She doesn't give a shit what anyone else thinks about them. Like what's true for her is true for her regardless. And I admire that so much. And I know some people, they can't like handle that mentality, but that's something that really attracts me to her. And I just think that she is such a leader for women inside of this industry, just showing people like what's possible. Like there are no limits. There really aren't. And it's just amazing to see what she's doing and like hear her ideas and like what things she's dreaming up like in the future. I'm like, what? I would have never even thought about that. So it's so cool to have a mentor who dreams so big and gives me permission to do the same thing. So I love that. And then Deborah Silverman she's the tits. She's amazing. She is, can I say that? She is like the coolest woman ever. She also, I don't think, really cares about what other people think of her, and is just so in her power. She's so hilarious. She just makes you feel so excited about this woo-woo stuff. I think it can be like, sometimes, at least for me, like people are so out there in the woo and I can't comprehend. She makes it so digestible, so funny, like so entertaining. And she just, I don't know, I have a huge crush on her right now. She is just like amazing. So I'm just so thrilled to be learning from these two women who are just such strong and incredible leaders, but they're both just so different. And like that dynamic of just like the two of them together, or at least like what I'm learning from them together, is just so powerful for me. So it's been so much fun.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, there's the echo.
Yeah, I heard it.
So it's like it comes in and out. Well, so what's coming up next for you in your business? Like what's on the horizon for you?
Yeah, great question. So actually this goes back to Claire asked in the chat. She said, I don't know if you're going to talk about this later, but I'd love to find out more about your magazine and how it's going. Will your astrology practices, etc., be featured in that? So one of the things on the horizon is Biz Woo magazine, which you are a contributor in, right? Yes. And so it's really exciting. It's given me, some headaches for sure. I think any project that you start that's new and in a different kind of world, it can be like a little bit to get a hold on. I actually was telling the contributors that we were supposed to launch actually a couple weeks ago, and we've been having crazy technical issues and all this drama mama stuff. So I've been dealing with that, but it's coming soon. When? I can't tell you when. I wish I knew, unfortunately. So I'm just kind of trying to roll with it and still enjoy the process while trying to fix things. But yeah, I'm just so excited about that because, again, like I love the integration of both the business and the woo-woo and just how they can play together so nicely. It's a multimedia platform, really. So there's going to be articles, there's going to be videos, audios, PDFs, and I really there's so much great information out there, and there's also a lot of blah information out there, and I'm trying to help people cut through the fluff and just really be able to get the best resources in both the business world and the woo-woo world. So that's my desire there. And then what else is coming up? Well, this is kind of top secret, but I guess now it's not. I will be having a course coming out in April. Yeah, I know, so much breaking news here. I do have a course coming out in April, or launching in March-ish, but I'm not going to say any more there, but I'm really excited about that.
That's awesome. So if people want to find out more about you and BizWoo magazine and get updates on this upcoming program, which you're not telling us much about, if they want to stay in the loop, where do they need to go?
They need to go to lexidiangelo.com or BizWoo, BIZWOO magazine.com. That's where you can find me. I'm also always on Facebook, chilling on over there. So I'm all over. You can find me wherever, but go to my website. That's probably home base.
That's awesome. Will you type that into the chat box, actually?
Yeah, faux show. Hold on.
Your address. And I don't know why the chat is not on my screen. In the meantime, I wanted to open up the hot seat to anybody who wanted to ask a question to, either Lexi or myself. Yeah. So we'll open up the hot seat.
Love it.
It's so weird, the blab. Sorry, the chat's not showing up here.
That is bizarre.
Anybody?
I can see Claire here. Claire, do you want to come on? She's like, why are you calling me out?
If not, it's totally fine. I just always like to open that up for people if they desire to do that. But if not.
I love Blab. I think I need to start doing this more often. It's so much more fun speaking with someone than just Periscope, where I'm just talking. I know I'm not talking to no one, but I like this interaction.
Yeah, that's why I switched. I hardly do Periscopes anymore, but I want to do more. But I really enjoy this platform for that very reason.
Yeah, it's so fun. Claire says, I love it, but I'm in PJs. Haha, it's 10 p.m. here. Sorry. No problem. I don't judge with PJs, though.
Well, all right. Well, so it looks like we don't have anybody who wants to get in the hot seat, but that's okay. Lexi, thank you so much for being on my show today. You're such a bright, shining light, and I love you. So thanks so much.
Thank you for having me. This is so fun. You're amazing. I'm so psyched you're doing this.
Oh, well, you're really sweet, and I look forward to seeing you very shortly this weekend.
Yeah, we're gonna go get our tan on. Woohoo!
Yes, girl. We're gonna get our tan on, that's for sure. So you guys, the distinguishing feature of a glamorous global entrepreneur is a sizzling mindset. And if you want to find out more about that, I warmly invite you to join my Facebook group, which is also called the Glamorous Global Entrepreneur. And I was going to type the web address in the chat box, but it's not there for me to do that. So
you know what it is?
Yeah, just write the Glamorous Global Entrepreneur.
Glamorous.
Should I text it to you and then you could do it?
Yeah, do it. You can send it to me in a Facebook message or something.
I just texted it to your phone.
Oh, my phone is a little bit messed up right now, but hold on.
Oh, you want me to do it in a Facebook message?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, thank you, Lexi. See, teamwork. Yeah, you guys, come check out my Facebook group. It's called the Glamorous Global Entrepreneur. If you are looking for support, resources, inspiration, and sisterhood, head on over there, read the description. If it resonates, we would love to have you. Again, Lexi, thank you for being here. And awesome. And hopefully we will do this again soon, okay?
Yeah, I better get an invite back.
You will. You definitely will. All right, love. I'll see you later.
Love you. See you soon.
Bye, everybody.